What's going on, guys? Well, I didn't put my webcam. Move, Mr. Webcam. What's going on, guys? Another episode of, I don't know, Down the Rabbit Hole. This week we are going to be choosing, or this week, my brain is all over the place. Long day of work, and then I did a bunch of different things today. So, right now, is our plan is to pick up and, pick what we're going to draw on for this week. That's what I want to say. Wow, that was a tough thing to say. But let's jump over into the studio and let me show you what I did last week, and then we can kind of get an idea of what we're going to do this week. Whew, I am tired. I just barely got everything finished to get ready for this stream. So here's the game plan. I got everything nice and clean. I need to wipe off my desk, but I finished the board. I got it all blacked in. It looks good. I could line up the edges, which I'll probably do, but for the most part, the board is done and it's dry, so that's all good. And I like the way it came out. I gave myself a week to do it. I might put a little bit more time into it, but just barely, just to get it maybe varnished and get it on its way. And then hopefully I can put this up on the art website, and then it'll be up for sale. And that would be ideal. I think that's the process. My other bigger plan with that is to, oh, sorry guys, you're not even getting the full deal, which is okay too. I was just filming something, so I don't always use the picture-in-picture when I'm filming things at home. Anyways, finished the board. Like the look of it. Came out pretty cool. I used that 77 Cadillac front grille on and kind of built my own little spaceship that's circular. I think I'm going to stick to that theme and work on that, and then my other plan is to pick a new animal if we're going to do a skateboard today. Now, that's the next set of things that we have to work through. We're also going to have to look through we're going to look through a few other things tonight. So, yeah. All right. First things first is skateboard. Cool. Finished. Great. The next thing is we're going to try to pick, I'm going to need my keyboard here right now. We're going to try to pick what material we're going to use for this week's project. I was debating whether I should use I think I'm just going to stick to two things. I was going to throw a couple other things in there, but I'm not quite ready to paint on those materials. I wanted to add paper to this, which would be, you see me draw on paper a million times. I also was thinking I could add mask 1 or mask 2 and have to do a painting on one of these. There's a lot of different options for what possibilities of things that I can paint on, but I don't know if I'm ready to do an episode on this yet, and I don't know if I'm ready to do an episode doing masks. I would have to prime them a little bit. I did, however, sand the skateboard, so that's ready to go, which is great. I didn't prime the canvas, but I figured we'll pretty much draw on the canvas with a paint pen, and then I'll go over and fix everything later, just so that we don't have the problem of you guys not being able to see. And then once I put the white overlay over it, won't have any problem. I'll just be tracing through the white, the wash. So that's the plan. So in order to figure out what we're going to be using, let's just say that the skateboard is number. What number is the skateboard? Odds or evens? Should be easy. Let's just make these odds. Actually, I should draw on both of them with Sharpie, to be real honest. But I'm going to paint pen them with something that is easy to cover over. So odds. And then on the pink team, I hate doing this. I hate that you can't get the next color. Like if I want the pink one, I gotta actually remove and take a pink one off and then replace, but we know it's just never the same once you remove it the first time. Luckily it's getting close to the end of that. And then evens, we're gonna just draw this one. So, and again, if we do the skateboard, we're gonna have a few problems because we're going to it's too big for the camera area, right? Like last time we had a big problem. It wasn't a big problem, it was just something to work through. Evens, right? I can give it this little chalky look. Let's see with the little thing in the middle. Evens. Oh no, I had to draw that so small. And this S is gonna have no shape to it. It's okay, we got it. Evens. Odds. Cool. Alright. We're gonna roll. Let's roll what? 2 dice. We got a 1 and we got a 3, which means we're gonna work on the canvas. That was not my thought process, but okay. I really sanded that entire skateboard in like 15 minutes and my arm is so tired from doing that and we're not even going to use it. But that's why we play the game, because otherwise it would just be predictable and I would know what's going on and it would make life easier, but that's not challenging. So we're going to go at it. And we're going to take this old canvas out of its wrap and get to going. Where's my thing? My thing. Sorry, that was probably super loud on the mic. Let's save our little even plaque. Put it over there. So this week I'm going to be working on a canvas, and yeah, so that, it's been a while since I've worked on canvas. Oh my gosh, that thing turned into a paper airplane and made it straight into the trash can. Okay, cool. So I guess I can go nuts, really. Now this kind of brings me into a good segue of like, eventually I want to rebuild the game and the bigger game with all the things, right? So like the masks, the paper, and really just bring back this good old game that I made up real early, and we'll get to the canvas. But this game involves dice and mouse traps, but put the mouse traps aside because that just gets dangerous and fingers and feelings get hurt. But mouse traps are fun. Just I'm not ready for that. We'll get to that when we can get to that. But these boards are kind of interesting because when I originally created the idea of just picking random stuff to go together, I did like what kind of paint I could use. I did where was I going to paint it, like on, okay, these are going to be too tempting for everyone, but think about the greatness of them. And I'll get to what the mouse traps are for eventually. Okay, so like here was the spread, what kind of paint we were going to use, whether it be watercolor, Indian ink, and then where we were going to paint it, paper, wood, canvas, something random, which would have been like the mask that I showed you earlier. Or we could have gone into like how I would have had to paint it. And originally, like this was the original board in it, so this one says I either had to use flowers to paint it, I had to use a My Little Pony to paint it, rollers, brushes, hands, kitchen utensils, stamps, toothbrush. So like there's a bunch of different ways I had to apply the paint. So that was pretty interesting. I ended up having to paint it with a Barbie. I think flowers was the second episode. I never did finish that episode because episode 1 didn't go that great. But it was still fun to make. But this is where I would like to go with the channel in the near future. But I might have to remake these boards. Kind of clean up the show a little bit because it was a little bit I mean, it was fun, but it was a little intense. Anyways, so as you can see, there's a set of X's on the board. It used to mouse trap, so if you got an X, you'd have to pick an X, and the mouse trap would hold a different, I don't know which one this one is, hold a different basically artistic challenge, and this one says like elbow brace, so you'd have to paint with an elbow brace and paint on a canvas with acrylic using ink. And depending on how many X's you roll, I don't know what else is in here. Let's see. Oh, these ones are blank. This one says trivia. This one says name things that are that color. Explain something in detail. That's not what you're painting. Just things that would make it harder to paint. But that would have been fun. But we'll come back to that eventually. So we need an animal. We need to pick a random animal. Which would be really nice if there was like chat running. But since there's no chat running and my brain has stopped for today, we're gonna do what we always do. And we're going to have ChatGPT generate a random theme. Because my brain does not want to do the brain work. Oh, it's going to make me log in. Okay. Message for the blind, right? What do I want to ask it? Please give me a random theme. Send. Journey through the cosmos. Okay, well that's what we're doing. Okay, journey through the... We're going to use that as a... I don't want to do that. I almost said it, and I was like, nope. Please give me a random animal that is taller than it is wide. Well, I don't really have to do that because it's not on a skateboard, but I really am kind of interested in this question. Please give me a random animal that is taller than it is wide. Give me a list. Give me a list of animals. Because really, that's going to be... Is it just going to confuse it? Because I feel like that's a confusing sentence. Blue heron. Fossa, a cat-like carnivore from Madagascar. Emperor penguin, yeah. Meerkat. Secretary bird, okay. Flamingo. Ostrich, giraffe. Giraffe is number 1, so I already knocked out number 1. That's just an off-subject situation if we were going to do more skateboards. Skateboards are going to be tough. But we don't have to do skateboards. Please generate. Please give me 6 animals to choose it's just pressing enter. Okay, take it. Now we roll. You ready to do this? That's dangerous, isn't it? That's real dangerous. I don't know if this can happen. Let's go split screen. Let's zoom it in. What I should do is I should roll it in the little cup, you know. But the little cup's going to be loud. I need to roll it in a really soft cup. It's the Arctic fox that I'm going to have to draw in there. Okay. I'll do a UFO with the Arctic fox. Okay, cool. That will work. Since I'm the leader of this boringly sized canvas, like I said, we're just going to get started tonight. It's just a quick stream. Tonight is like, okay, let's just get started, and then I'll probably put in most of the work during the week to try to get this project finished. Oh, also what I wanted to do real quick while we're here, since I did do Inktober, right? So I finished Inktober, which was a big challenge. There is the start to the new year of Inktober, which is like a whole year. You do 52 weeks. And I was thinking maybe I'd do that instead of Inktober this year, just because Inktober was so crazy. I mean, I did have a lot going on in my life, and I put a lot of things on hold to get that done. But we're back at it. Okay, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to I want to go to Google, and I want to Inktober. Here's the 52. Where are the new Inktober 2024 prompts? I mean, I guess it's whoever. So I guess last week's word was hut. This might be something I have to do a little bit more. Nope. I don't know where they got the first prompt. Because it's not on their website. (2020) and that's it. Huh. Okay, anyways, it's not important. But I did see that Inktober was putting out some new stuff. So Arctic Fox is what we're going after, because that's what we rolled. And then we are going to just draw some UFOs and put some Arctic Foxes in. So while we're over here, let's go back to Google. Let's look up Arctic Foxes. Gonna be a lot of white. White on white on white on white. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of black in this painting. Dang, they almost look like they glow. They're like gray. And the outside of their fur is like this white, bright white color. Okay. We gotta like, let's do it.
They look as if they've popped straight out of a video game and braved the harshest chills of the northern polar region. Here are 10 facts about Arctic foxes. Fact 1. They're built for the cold.
No.
The Arctic fox is much smaller and stouter than other foxes. Its smaller size means less surface area for heat loss, perfect when heat is hard to come by. Fact 2. They have a winter and a summer coat. Most of us will know the Arctic fox for its iconic thick white coat, allowing it to blend with the snowy tundra and survive the cold. But as summer arrives and snow melts, Arctic foxes opt for a shorter, thinner coat that can range from dark or light grey to charcoal or bluish brown. The thickness of their fur also changes with the season.
This is an Arctic fox. That's not what I need. Oh, I do need that. Dang.
They look as if they've popped straight out of a video game and braved the harshest chills of the northern polar region. Here are 10 facts about Arctic foxes. Fact 1. They're built for the cold. The Arctic fox is much smaller and stouter than other foxes. Its smaller size means less surface area for heat loss, perfect when heat is hard to come by. Fact 2. They have a winter and a summer coat. Most of us will know the Arctic fox for its iconic thick white coat, allowing it to blend in the snowy tundra and survive the cold. But as summer arrives and snow melts, Arctic foxes opt for a shorter, thinner coat that can range from darker light grey to charcoal or bluish brown. The thickness of their fur also changes with the seasons, allowing the foxes to maintain a stable body temperature throughout the year. Fact 3, they have dark-colored skin. Much like another Arctic inhabitant, the polar bear, the Arctic fox has a dark skin under its fur. This makes it easier to absorb and retain heat, an advantage in these frozen environments. Fact 4, they never hibernate. Arctic foxes are so well equipped for the harsh and cold conditions of the Arctic that they do not have to hibernate to survive the winter season. Incredible, no? Fact 5, their populations fluctuate with lemming numbers. Lemmings are the Arctic fox's favorite prey and main food source, and there is a tight predator-prey relationship between the two. Arctic fox populations will go up or down in response to lemming numbers as part of a natural population cycle. Fact 6, they're master snow divers. Lemmings live in tunnels buried deep within the snow, but fear not, the Arctic fox has developed tricks to get its meal. Carefully listening for lemmings burrowing underneath the snow, the Arctic fox can pinpoint their location, then jump several feet in the air to dive nose first into the snow to catch its prey. Sometimes it takes more than a few tries, but it's the effort that counts. Fact 7, they stalk polar bears for food. Sometimes you have to be street smart to survive the long winter months. When small prey gets scarce, Arctic foxes will sometimes shadow polar bears on their hunting trips to scavenge a few scraps from much larger carcasses. Fact 8, they migrate. Arctic foxes will sometimes travel thousands of kilometers in search of food and new territory. In 2018, a young female Arctic fox traveled more than 3,500 kilometers in just 76 days. Fact 9, there are 8 recognized subspecies of the Arctic fox. Mainland, Iceland, Greenland, Spitsbergen, Hoare Island, Bering Island or Sea Arctic, Pribilof Islands, and Unger Bay. Fact 10, they are losing ground to rising temperatures. The Arctic is in meltdown, warming nearly 3 times as fast as the rest of the world.
What's up, goodies?
White fern and thawing landscapes
Just watching facts about polar bears.
making the Arctic fox lose ground to competitors like the widespread and more generalist red fox. Some Arctic fox populations have been
Or,
shifted further north.
not about polar bears, about Arctic foxes.
But there is good news. In 2022, for the first time in 25 years,
Alright,
wild Arctic fox pups were born in Finland.
I'm promoting other people's YouTube channels. Yay! Alright, so we're back at it. Let's jump back into the studio. Let's just hang out there for now because this is better. Anyways, we learned a little bit about the Arctic fox. Let me put away some of the other things that I got out and made a mess of things. So we're gonna want to do a snow scene. Cool. Let's set that off. And some Arctic foxes. And the Arctic fox, oh man, this canvas is, I remember canvas. We want some trees. We want a lot of snow. We want some trees. And then I think the background's going to be black. We need our UFO. We need an Arctic fox. And they seem pretty small and cute and cuddly. So I'm thinking, how am I going to put that in with the rabbit? Because I kind of want the rabbit to be a staple. Although this is not even the original design. I should put the original design into the other one somehow hidden, which I'll probably do on this one as well. But let's go for, let's just mark out our UFO then. Oh. You can't see that at all. But I need to mark it out just a little bit. Actually, I should measure a few things out just so I can get this thing level. What's going on? Uber wants me to apply to work for them. Great. That's not a great idea. I can barely see. So what size canvas was this? 12, 4, 12, 16? 16 by 12. 16 by 12. Okay, so half of 12 is... I'm just going to do some quick marking. If I could find a pencil that was sharpened. Here we go. Six. And we're going to go... There's 6. Okay, so that's good. And then I kind of want a mark at like, I don't know. What do you think? 2 inches? That way I can kind of get like a little bit of more of a idea of what's going on. Man, my arms are tired from sanding that skateboard. Oh. And running around. I work all day. First day back into class is always a doozy. Okay. Sorry guys, gotta go over here. Grab the long one. You know, you buy the long one going, oh yeah, it'll be so convenient having a long one, until you actually have one. And then you're like, I really wish I had a short ruler that didn't hit everything. This one's just hard to use. So these are just basic guides. This is to help me like kind of stay on track. So I can kind of center up a little bit. Just try. It's not super important. But I do want to try. The line doesn't lie. Knock out that. Cool. Alright. And so then, what was this? Now that I have the long ruler out? See what I mean? It's just not that. You have to have a big table. I just don't have a big table. 16, right? So half of that would be 8, right? Oh, what is going on? I should at least tried to like line that up, but still, it's still 8. 8 is great, but I think we're gonna probably put our horizon line around 6. No, I think I'm gonna draw the first actual UFO scene. I think that's the plan. I'm just going to do what I always wanted to do. Okay, so I'm going to draw the 2 characters that belong in it, which are the rabbit and the alien from the original design. But don't give up here. Let me get some other lines in here before I just go ADHD on everyone and start on a different part of this project. That doesn't look straight. But look, the little one works just fine. See that? See how that works? And this is at 6 inches, but I still think I want my horizon line lower than that. Yeah, I'm going to want my horizon line somewhere around here. Maybe not. It all depends on how high up I put the... Okay, I can use the small one now. I only need to use the long one to draw the big lines. So 8 would be a good one because that's halfway. And then 12. I think that's good. I think that should be good enough. I'll maybe do the 8. But to be real honest, like, I honestly don't know. What I want to do is just map it out and then figure it out from there, because then I'll know exactly what line I need to draw. Right now I'm not getting that, so I'm thinking snow. Okay, trees. Where's the horizon line? Over here? UFOs about yay big. Sorry, it's so bright. It's like overbearing. You guys are watching me draw nothing. Okay, well, let's go for it. So here we are. We're going to draw this painting. We're just going to start with it though, so I'm just going to... It's like I'm drawing snow though, so I'm like a super... Okay, so let's... I don't know what to do. My go-to is... Let's go back and let's actually just look at some of these things. Because I need to draw one. And I would like to draw an Arctic fox jumping. Now that jumping pose is pretty funny if you've seen it. Where they jump and dive. And I feel like that's a good beam me up Scotty pose. There it is. And there it is. Or that one. So a little Arctic fox head, his ears. His body is like this C shape. I want it going the other way though. Okay. Look at that tail. The tail's so huge and bushy. So like body in the C shape, right? I'm like drawing so light that no one can see though. And that's gonna bother me. I can hit it with the Sharpie, but that's also gonna be super dark. The gray's not gonna help show out anything up. That? Maybe. I almost want to draw it in white. Oh yeah. So I got a brand new washed, yeah. Actually, but then you really won't be able to see it if I hit it white. Let's see what it looks like. I also have been really wanting to open this marker. And it's a white canvas, so we know we can't, with one spot of gray, watch. That one spot of gray is going to mess everything up. But the fresh markers, oh, it's not the chisel tip, it's the nib. I haven't used a nib marker in a long time. Especially, that's why it's new. It's okay. Give me a piece of paper that I can draw on. Okay, so Arctic wolf. I should draw in light blue. That's what I should do. Okay, come on. This is what drives me crazy about. You just hold it down. Oh, that's a nice fat one. Okay, so like I still want that Arctic fox in this area with his little face down, looking down. So he's got like his head here and like the rest of his body. And curve out the rest of his body. And he's got like a little leg here. Just hanging right down. He's got two little shoulder arms with paws. Hanging right down. The other paw's near his face. Yeah, definitely can't see that, can you guys? So that's not going to help us at all. I'm going to change colors right now. After I get the shape in. Okay. Alright, I got it. I know what's going on now. I don't know where. I don't know how everything's going to happen. But I kind of know what's going on. I still think horizon line should be out here somewhere. Yeah, that'll work. But these are all going to be mountains. Mountains in the middle and then trees. But there's going to be trees. There's going to be a big tree in front here, you know, blocking some of it. Probably. Help bring the eye in. Sorry, I'm just brainstorming out loud. This is not very interesting. But then when we come to Wednesday, it should be, you know, half drawn out, or at least a little bit more mapped out. This one's just not even started. So let's just draw a character. So okay, like the bummer is like most of this stuff either has to be white or gray, and that might not fit. That's why I said I might have to lower the horizon line. I think that's the plan. Lower the horizon line will make it look better. Otherwise, it's like so smashed in there. It should be almost even a little bit lower, maybe. can't move that. Dang, I really like the look of that, but I think you need to move him down, which is okay. Okay. Does that look better? That fox still needs to move down. Whoops. That's the most exciting thing that's happened all stream. The fox still needs to move down if the UFO is going to be this size. There, you can see a little bit better. Just blown out. So the UFO goes there. I think our fox friend is going to go here. I definitely need to get rid. Oh, don't erase wet paint. It's a really bad idea. Okay. So mainly snow, right? Start using some color here. Just to give us our, a little bit more shape here. We don't really need much because this will all be painted over anyways. So I can give it all the pizzazz I want, or not that much. Maybe a crack in the snow. Mountain range, and then I actually draw in an interesting spot, and we're not even watching. Good Lord. This is why I don't do shows every week, every day. But today will be the hardest one because, like I said, I just had it going back to work, back into the schedule, so that's a little challenging, but we're going to do it. I almost need like a really faded yellow, but I don't want to do that yet because I want to paint that Arctic fox in there. I just want to drop some hints of color of what we're actually going to do. That's good. Let's do that. So I do want some trees. I don't know if I want them black or white or if I want them in color. But I like to draw some trees. And I don't really care if they're crazy or not. Doesn't matter to me. They just need to look kind of like trees. They can look weird. It's okay. If you tell them they're trees, they're trees. So there's some trees back there. And then behind that there's probably some sort of mountain. Ominous mountain up in the distance. Right? But that's got snow all over it too. And these are just off in the distance trees. Okay, don't roll away from me. So just put putting in the background first, kind of getting that set up to where it needs to be. I should make the trees the same though if I'm going to do it. All messy trees. Still have to do some card making after this. I should eat something today. We need to get that done as well. No, I did eat something. Never mind. I had lunch. Because I went to work. Okay. Good. Something like that. Some grossness like that. This would need to come through. There's still snow on the top, so it's just kind of like... I guess you could draw in the shadow, because there would be shadow closer to the mountain, right? Where these trees come through, but mostly we're just going to Bob Ross the back of this, right? Needs to be a line. Most of it's white though. And once the sky's black, that'll be much easier to make happen. Put some more gray in here. We're just blocking out color. Nothing set in stone. Like I said, this will be all painted over white eventually anyways. So there we go, there's that. I need to get this Arctic fox in here though. And the UFO. Well, let me put the UFO in the sky first. So we're just gonna go OG UFO. Perfect. Okay, word of the day, Arctic fox. We should put that on, post it, and leave it up so people know what we're doing. Arctic fox. Yes, the Arctic fox. Alright. So, like I said, I gotta kind of draw this Arctic fox in here. And in reality, it's got like this little nose. And then it's got this triangular shaped head with big ears that come out. And then it's got a C-shaped head, like this C-shaped back down to like a hind leg with the knee and the leg. And like this big bushy tail, but it's being lifted up, so this bushy tail is going to be like this. The fox is going to have a nose. It's not going to look like an Arctic fox. These ears really have to sell it. I'm going to have to work on those, because it looks more like it's got to have paws. These ears have to sell it. In order to make it the Arctic fox it needs to be. I would like his hair kind of like standing on end. If I could. There's another leg. Body. Comes here. You see a little bit of the underbody though on the other side, so get that. And there we go. We got somewhat of an Arctic fox. I would like to work on his ears a little bit more. We'll zoom in just a little bit more. What time is it? Oh man, we're all out of time for today. Like I said, we're just getting this project started. We're not really finishing the project. It's just get it up and running and then get ready to finish it, you know what I mean? Like 1 week projects, let's get them done all the way to finished product is my plan. Real quick, we're going to just draw in our alien friend because he's really easy to do, and I'll show you how I do that, which is fun. And kind of the concept behind UFO. So alien guys are really easy to draw. I'm going to draw them with my Pashka. And so all I do is I start with a heart and I just come and close that heart in. Then I go down just a hair and then I go around the whole thing, staying in my bubble, and then I stop there, goes down, and then he gets a body. Once you color this guy in, it'll look great. I'll give him a quick color. Not too much because I'm not trying to use all my ink. But this is the easy way to draw aliens, if you want to draw them. And if you think your eyes are too close together, you can always like add a little bit more space in between them. I kind of like them like this. So that's the way my aliens look. They just look kind of like that. I think every once in a while I'll just like bridge this in a little bit more. Maybe go straight down. And then that's the alien. And then originally he would be holding up a peace sign, which looked like this. And I just draw a square for his hand, and then 2 long fingers. And so that was his hand. But everyone said that looked like a bunny, so now that is a bunny. So it's him and his bunny traveling and collecting things. Okay, yeah, that's really going to be it for today. I'm not going to try to push an hour and a half episode, although I'm easily going to spend more time working on this project. The plan is to like dial it in, get the fox drawn in, repaint the whole thing white, and then actually get started on what I want to do here. Anyways, so this is the Arctic fox painting. This is going to be week 2 of the yearly paintings. We're going to try to do 52 different paintings this year. I was going to try to align it with Inktober, but I don't know. Maybe. We'll see if I get that ambitious in the next couple weeks to come. Like we looked for it, but I didn't see anywhere for us to find the information about it, which was kind of disappointing. But yeah, this Arctic fox is actually not bad looking. He needs another arm coming out by his head though. Something like that. Yeah. He's got to have paws if he's going to be a fox. And he's got to sell these ears. Otherwise he looks like a mouse. But yeah, that's going to be it. He's going to getting beamed up. I can throw in just a little bit of yellow just to make that happen. Oh, this is going to be too much yellow. You see that? You see how much yellow that is? It's so much yellow. It's okay. Boom. There we go. Yellow. Boom. Yellow. Right? And like it doesn't end there. Like hits this, and then you can. We're gonna put around. Spot on the ground maybe. Just for fun. But like mainly not yellow. Oh, the yellow is so vivid. I'm like, oh. It's gonna turn the poor little snow leopard yellow. Or snow leopard, Arctic fox yellow. That's alright. We'll get it done. I kind of like that little bit blending. Gave it some cool blending. But like I said, I gotta paint this all white. This canvas isn't even sealed yet. We opened it up straight from package. Usually you want to seal your canvases first, but I didn't get the time to do that. Like I said, I sanded that skateboard down instead and kind of put my time into that. And I said, well, I'm not gonna have enough time for this to dry if I do a layer of white over it. So we're just drawing on the raw canvas, which isn't ideal. That's why we can kind of sketch and get away with it. Kind of like, oh, just to see where things are going to be, you know. Because it doesn't matter. You can always paint over something. That's what my mom always told me. She's like, you can always just paint over it. Okay. So, for years, I've been just painting over paintings because it's really the cheapest way to paint a painting. When you don't have a lot of money. You just reuse all your old stuff. And sure, no one will see your beautiful works of snow leopards why do I keep calling it a snow leopard? Snow foxes being taken up into space by a crudely drawn alien. But we're definitely going to do a black background in the back, make everything real bright, hopefully get the Arctic fox to kind of pop from that area, round out this circular bit, and make it look cool. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm glad everyone tuned in, and thanks for watching. As always, we'll see, well, not as always, as the new schedule runs, it's episodes Monday. We're going to do picking up supplies, kind of dry sketching. Wednesday, we're going to be, you can just sit and draw with me. I'll be doing touch-ups, kind of working through the mid part of the project. And then on Friday, I'll have to finalize the project. So it needs to be ready to go, either into to be finished, not to be finished, but to be glazed, or for me to use, why can't I think of the word? Yeah, to use like a matte finish or a gloss finish on it. That's where it needs to be by Friday. Anyways, before I say words that I don't know, that's going to be it for this one. We'll see you next time. Peace.